Welcome to CityPrepRadio.com, your home for all local sports updates, interviews, and much more. Now, here's your two hosts, Dakari Box and Jeff Moore.
Okay, welcome back to another week with CityPrepRadio.com. I'm your host, Dakari Box, and we have Jeff Moore in the building, who is today Superman.
Heidi-ho there, folks.
So, as we get ready to go, we had a little technical
Faster than a speeding bullet.
Jeff Moore.
That's me.
So we had a little technical difficulties going on, so we apologize, and glad you guys bear with us out there in
Radio land.
We're, as we keep growing, we keep going and trying and transitioning, doing different things, and even with the live show, we want to make sure we're preparing for future, endeavors. We definitely want to stay live and stay being able to connect with people out there. Before we get started, let's really give a thanks to our sponsor, Best Car Buys, over off of West Alameda. If you're looking for a vehicle, make sure you step by and check them out and see what they have to offer. They're still running their great special right now, which is they will match you up to $500 down. And if you mention City Prep Radio, you'll get an additional $200, which will provide you with
$1,400.
Wow. This
free cash.
Free cash down on your new car today. So,
by the way, I drove over there the other day. They've got a lot to choose from.
They do.
Yeah.
That lot is pretty packed in. Excuse me. It's kind of interesting when you see them on a Monday. It seems like they just been every car's been taken off of the lot. So
that's the truth.
Thank you to Best Car Buys. If you're looking for a vehicle, step over there today. They'll love to help you out. Now, we just want to go into what we're going to do, talk about today and recap from the week and what took place, in baseball and lacrosse. We're going to get into
track
and field. And want to talk about a lot of different things that's happening out there and, some NFL stories that really trickle down on our prep sports for the kids to start being aware of what to watch out for themselves. We're going to have a great young man in the studio today, which is his name is Alan Webb. We'll get more into that, but we'll interview with him. He's going to tell you what his role is with City Prep Radio and also City Prep Radio Community, which is our nonprofit that we're out here with the kids and broadcasting and trying to give them a way to get into the photography, but we'll get more into that too. It's a great thing just to kind of start recapping. I know last week was a great week. First week going live. Also, first week really having a full team in here.
10 people in here was a little bit. It felt more like a sardine can than usual.
Absolutely.
Usually it's you and I and somebody else, but that was terrific.
Well, then if you think about it, also though, we had that, and then we had this impromptu because in the facility that we're in, they have other people renting booths, office facilities. Could you imagine that? It's called Business World, right?
Yeah. Hey, you mean to tell me it's all about the almighty dollar?
It's all about that.
Come on, man. Nobody's doing this to get brownie points into heaven.
Yeah,
We love people.
Might be a part of that, but you still got to pay the bills, right?
That's right.
So they were doing their impromptu, which was actually excellent for people that are drama and drama majors, thespians out there. But it was just so interesting hearing their skits through the wall. And
they were doing impromptu stuff.
Yeah.
So and was it be comedy or?
Or graphic.
Rage,
and yeah,
it was definitely interesting. I had not heard that before.
Me neither, and the kids were pretty
they were laughing.
amused by it
during
kidding. The show, and they, that was definitely big thanks out to Lori Collier for setting that up.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was definitely exciting. Coach Rudy Carey and the rest of that team.
He's had a ton of opportunity to go to the next level, and just like, you know what? This is where I best served.
Yeah, and that's interesting too, because you wonder why, but I would kind of say you took the opportunity just to be honest with yourself and say this is where I'm going to be at. And
think about it. I think you've got 9 state titles.
Yeah.
How would you turn your back on that and say, you know what, I think I'm going to go to the next level and see. Now, lots of us later in life, it's like, look, this is where I'm at. This
Absolutely.
is great. I'm good with it.
Absolutely.
Others of us just decide, you know what, I've conquered this particular hill. I want a new challenge.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate the fact that he knows who he is. He's comfortable in his own skin, and
we need to get Dove in here for a sponsor because we give them a lot of comfortable
in their own
press.
skin. That's right.
Should we say?
Well, truth be told, Coach Carey is 9 state titles. That's as good as anybody in the state.
No, yeah, I'm really pulling for him to win that 10th one. I definitely can't wait to see that happen. I think that'll be excellent. That's a big accomplishment for a man that's been around so long like himself, and it's a transition. But hey,
well, think about it. You don't got the players.
No,
I was talking this week with a couple of guys who are high school guys, and they said, you know what, he has had some serious talent over there, and he should win.
Absolutely.
And I said, well, where does the proverbial chicken and the egg? The deal is right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He does a great job.
Yeah.
He gets kids.
Yep.
Kids want to play for him because he's had success.
Yep.
But he didn't get that because it was just handed to him.
No. And I think that's one of the biggest problems when you're dealing in sports is everybody forgets about the building process. Everybody forgets about
the foundation
that was set. So now you're viewing now where everybody wants to do this and that because of that.
It's easy
but
for him. Baloney.
Right. But it's only easy now because you set a standard.
But then you still have to live up to that every week or every month
so
or every
imagine
season.
Well, that's what you say. How heavy is the crown?
Yeah.
Because now you have to weigh it, and it's not.
Ask Kobe.
Yeah.
Ask Kobe how heavy the crown is because he's not real happy with the Lakers right now.
Not at all.
Do you blame him?
No.
I
but
mean,
you know what?
Kupchak is sideways. They got the wrong coach in there for that group of guys.
Yeah.
Worst season. Boston's not going to make the playoffs. The Lakers are not going to make the playoffs. The Knicks may not make the playoffs. The Sixers
Carmelo's going to find
playoffs.
Another team.
They're awful. I mean, this season in the NBA is, you talk about complete and total havoc.
Yeah.
It's a rollover. I mean, people are seriously going to lose. The heads are going to roll. Obviously, Woodson's gone from the Knicks. Carmelo may be going to Chicago. But, ultimately,
I love that.
Yeah, sure you do. But are there enough balls in that court for him and Rose? And
Rose is a point guard. He knows how to handle his stuff, Jeff. Don't go there.
Hey. He's
all
a
my
scorer.
Chicago people, I know. I got your
scorer.
back.
I'm just saying, he is a scoring machine, and as athletic and as violent a game as he is, do you think he's going to hold up for the remaining?
Oh no, but you need a 2-score.
You need a 2-score. Carmelo's a 2. He ain't.
No, I'm saying you just need 2 of them, and I think Rose can play the second.
Compliment him.
Yep, he will because now he gets to facilitate.
Well, I'll tell you what, Carmelo's the black hole. Once the ball goes over there, everybody stands around and watches. I'm telling you, you watch a Knicks game, and that's what drove
all
George
y'all
Karl
out there in this prep world. Understand what Jeff is telling you is learn how to be a well-rounded athlete.
Play as a team. There ain't no I in team, but there is in win. I know.
Absolutely.
But there isn't no I in champion. Yeah, there is championships.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the truth be told is Carmelo, the only thing he won was the 1 year it was at Syracuse. They've had some great clubs when they had great talent around him. And I'm talking about here in Denver and in New York. They were good last year. They got to the conference semifinals. I get that. Mm-hmm. But in truth, do they have the goods from number 6 through 12 on their bench
to do that? College
compete?
is a lot easier. So
college is not a lot easier.
Yeah,
that's why the mid-major conferences like the VCUs of the world, the Mercers.
No, wait. I'm sorry. College is easier to just have like a one-player show to help you win.
Yeah.
But
that's what last night Xavier Thames, guy from Sedio, said. That's the only guy who could score on that team.
Jeff, we don't care about pro and college, do we?
No, we really don't.
We really don't.
Let's get back to that subject you were talking about earlier about the issues of our kids and how they can be influenced incorrectly.
Yeah.
And we just had a release of a terrific, terrific player.
Oh yeah,
Deshaun Jackson.
Definitely. So we could, and so we'll talk about a couple of those subjects. That's a real tough one right there, Jeff.
Oh.
You're tying back into where you're dealing with people with family, friends, maybe even parents, and you coming from communities that it's involved with certain activities that you're going to be affiliated for life. So we'll dive into that. But before we do, Jeff, how was your week? How's week going with your sport team?
I was on spring break last week. Terrific.
Yeah, he's in here stretching everybody he's really had a tough week.
Oh, no. I've been doing my arm is bad, as people know, because I'm 100 years old, and I've pitched since I was 5 or 6 years old.
And he really is 100.
Well, close enough. Anyway, octogenarian. I'm 80. The deal is that this therapist, this physical therapist told me, he said, it's not the issue of your shoulder, it's the issue of your strength in your upper back. And he said, here, do these exercises with no weight, with no stretchy bands, no nothing. It's about squeezing the shoulder blades together because the muscles that stop your arm from accelerating are the muscles that injure your arm.
Gotcha.
In my shoulder.
Gotcha.
So he's like, strengthen this and it'll improve. And God is my witness. I've been doing the exercises for 3 weeks.
And what did it improve?
My shoulders.
So just that back muscle?
Upper back. And it's called the ITWY. So you do 15, 3 sets of 15 like this, squeezing your shoulder blades. Then you go to the T with your arms straight out. Then you go W like this. And then you go Y up top. And it's hitting all different angles of those muscles upper back. And it's great because there's not one weight that you add, but you are certainly fatigued at the end of the 3 sets of 15. I've gone up to 3 sets of 20 now.
I used to kick Jeff's butt when we used to work out together.
Let me tell you something. That workout for 20 minutes, 25 minutes was the worst
It was
ever.
A drag, man.
Hey, tell me you weren't huffing.
I was. I used to love that. We used to work together. We used to go work out like, oh, my goodness.
At lunch. That was brutal.
Yeah, so we had a great time. That was excellent. And we're back together working out again now, talking about it.
Right.
I'm trying to get
about working out.
I'm trying to get my figure down to Jeff. I'm working on it. I'm down 26 pounds, everybody. So we keep moving. Y'all keep track of me. Well,
I found the 26 that you lost.
Yeah, hey, he's looking good at 100. He's
I weigh 105 now.
Dang.
I'm what do they say, a 90-pound weekly, kicking sand in my face and all that stuff. That's not great. Let's just be honest.
Funny. So
just remember that I'm a funny guy.
Well, hey Jeff, you have
obvious.
Only if if we're out of the studio when you're talking, you tell some funny things we can't go on air with. But
well, that's true.
Can you? We just definitely like to have fun here, bring up some things, but let's go right into it, Jeff. Before we got Alan Webb on the show today. He'll be in here.
All right.
It'll be a great introduction with him. I'll wait till we get here to save that fire for him, and we'll start taking some live calls. I want to give a shout out to my little league team that I coach on, Triple Threat, with my 5th grade girls, my 6th grade girls, 7th grade girls, 8th grade girls. That's ran by Coach Lamont. Then, I also want to
Did you put out the deal with the 4th graders too?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Great idea. Yeah, you're looking for some 4th grade girls to play. But then also, Denver Futures Football, sponsored by Denver Broncos through DPS. They're doing a lovely job over there at DPS, helping develop incoming talent. Had some great games out there today, Saturday out at All City Field. Excellent job going on by Karen and John. When you have a chance, you just want to catch some spring ball, go over there, check out some young 8th graders that are going into high school, doing an excellent job. I applaud them. Want to talk with we're in the works of getting ready to talk to some Adams County and Aurora high schools just to start highlighting their individuals too, and more here in the Denver metro area. So as City Prep continues to grow, we're definitely looking at growing with the community. We're going to have some specials going here because you're going to be able to see the City Prep Radio truck around town, and when you do, there's going to be special prizes and offers for that. So as we keep
free cash, free T-shirts, free money,
all of those great things
hot
that
cold
come with
running,
it.
Whatever.
Yes, so it's an excellent thing going on. So let's go ahead and talk about the main thing I hear right now, and it was something that was more touching than anything. We've seen Deshaun Jackson, and just so everybody know, we're not a pro sport. We're not trying to touch on that, but we like to touch on topics and subjects to help educate our young
that are right in our face.
Yeah, and our younger generation and young prep athletes to be prepared to deal with certain things, but also we all need to start opening up about certain things that's going on in the community and where your environment is. And I know a lot of people say, you're a product of your environment, and it is true. And so, he was released this past week.
Deshaun Jackson was released from the Philadelphia Eagles
for gang ties.
Right.
And now I know they're saying there's a lot more to that.
There is a lot more to it. That's really what I wanted to get into.
Yeah, and it's because of, with the situation with the New England Patriots. I don't want to bring his name up because he did he had some more involvement that, legitimate. Now, for my understanding, gang ties or whatever it is and where you come from, you're going to have some of those that you're just affiliated with.
Hey, look, just by association, you're going to go to school with people who are some bad actors, some bad people.
And there's some of them, your next-door neighbor, your cousins or friends, is your family.
Right.
But, you have to look at this guy's resume.
Right.
Look at what he does for his
community.
sport and what he does in community and how he's playing. And, there's little things you have to bring up. So it makes me wonder